Back to reality.
Wow. We don't want, we don't, we don't want reality to be this. This is why we're artists, right?
I
If
know.
harsh realities of life, we wouldn't be artists. So um, let's try and make our reality as magical and as enchanting as possible.
I
That's
So
a
like.
good word. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So today, since it's been a while, I think we should just touch base, and if there's anything anyone needs or wants to discuss or wants to share, we do that, and then we can talk about what we would like to focus on as we move forward. Okay, so today, Yata, you go first.
Oh, I go first.
Okay.
So, so I decided to write my sales series, so sales email series. Uh, s- so I created the first draft. Then I'm going to uh, review which art pieces I would like to offer, then the discount, and I'm going to go back and finalize the email sales series.
Okay.
Uh, then I'm just thinking about when I should send them out, because I participate in the affiliate program. Although I won't send too much emails to
Right.
my list, because the majority of them are not artists at all, and I don't want to bother them too much with the Profit Canvas trainings. But somehow I need to find the good timing for this. So probably I should separate a little bit these two of them. Mm,
Um,
so
you
I don't know yet.
is there a way
Uh,
is there a way to ask people if they're, or maybe there's some people on your list who are aspiring artists?
uh, yes, there are a few
Okay.
uh, who who are interested in the Profit Canvas course and the free training, but the majority of them are not. So probably I should segment them. I need to ask them definitely who are interested in and who are not. And in addition to this, I just reviewed the GDPR rules.
Mm.
So I have a few people who signed up before the GDPR uh, came uh, to effective, and probably I need to ask them to agree that I can send them marketing offers, so some exclusive offers. So I was just thinking about that. I need to create another email about GDPR and send to my list and see how many consents I can get.
Mhm.
So that's where I'm staying, and I'm still suffering with the my list building activity.
Mhm.
So that goes very slowly.
Do I don't remember. I think your opt-in was the book.
Yes,
Yeah.
I changed it to the book
Okay.
now, and I will see
Okay.
how it works.
Okay. One of my accountability partners, she just launched her website and she
Mm-hmm.
was weighing all these options, and she just decided to give a 10% discount. I don't like giving
Mm-hmm.
discounts. I don't like giving discounts.
Uh-huh.
But what she realized was the people who wanted the discount were people who
Mm-hmm.
wanted to buy. And
Uh-huh.
I did the psychology. I had never really explored the psychology behind giving the coupons and stuff. But I realized that because I've tried lists. Not, I haven't tried. I've built lists before, and I realized I had to attract
Mm-hmm.
were not my people. You know,
Mhm.
because I was giving away all these beautiful gifts. They wanted a gift, but they didn't want.
To buy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was fascinated with the idea of the discounts because
Mm-hmm.
apparently attention of somebody who actually wants to buy, and I thought that was fascinating. You know, so something to share.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would guess that there wouldn't, if they, nobody would be interested in the discount if there already wasn't some inclination to
Exactly.
purchase.
Exactly.
That's true.
You know, because I
That's
used
true.
to think it was lazy, no effort way of list building, but now I realize that the people who are going to sign up for a discount have an intention to buy.
To buy.
It's a 180 for me, like in my mind.
Mhm.
Yes. You're absolutely right. So probably I should try this.
That too and see.
Uh-huh.
Try that
Yeah.
too. So yeah, but it looks like you've gotten a lot of work done. So yeah, you. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Mm, nothing for now.
All right. Okay. So
I'm fascinated by your background. It looks beautiful. I couldn't figure out whether it's
Oh, yeah, because that's only
A
oh,
chair.
yeah, that's a chair. But I'm not sure if I show you well. So this is I may be able to see it.
Yeah.
It's somehow
A hanging chair.
hanging chair. Yes,
yeah.
wonderful.
that's my hanging chair.
It looks comfortable.
Yes, it's really comfortable. I love it.
Have you moved to where did you say you were moving to?
Yeah, I moved to Krakow, but I had to come back, so I'm now at home.
Where are you? Where are you right now?
Now I'm back in Budapest.
We're in Budapest. Okay.
Yeah, I had to come back uh, because of some family issues, so I'm now in Budapest again.
All right.
Okay.
Well, all is well.
So, but probably we will stay for a while, and my son going to study online.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. That sounds like a
Yeah,
so
it seems to be the solution.
okay, so Marianne, we know you're there, but I think there is a good place.
I feel washed clean. I feel like I hate to say it. There's a good chance I'll settle back into this and pick it back up. But it's such a precious feeling, this having no sense of burden, that I don't want to rush back into what's my to-do list again. What do I have to accomplish? I think,
What if it's your magic place? What if this is where you thrive?
well, yeah, that's a good question. See, I chose in April to stop everything just to see what it would feel like if I didn't have so many requirements. And so I feel like I've almost walked right back into that space, and it feels so good
Mhm.
that the decisions, I read some things, I guess in the last month. All summer long, I've been reading different books, different viewpoints on getting yourself going forward, and I've had a lot of wonderful ideas sort of come my way. And I'm not willing to completely step away from the idea of marketing myself online because I still think it could be fun. I'm just trying to figure out what method would work for me that would continue to be fun. Also, again, we've talked in the past about asking people what they want to buy from you. Again, I sort of want to paint according to what makes me happy. So I'm I'm still rummaging around in that circle.
Mm-hmm.
And now I feel like I'm starting again. So like the piece of DNA that keeps spiraling. I'm on that spiral somewhere. This is it's interesting when you have to pare down to what is the most important thing. Like you do when you've got a storm coming and you have to pack the car with what are your valuables.
Mm-hmm.
It sort of puts a lot of things in perspective.
Sure.
It's amazing how much of the stuff that surrounds you, you realize I could walk away from this and I would still be happy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of these material things are not what my happiness equals, and yet you've spent years accumulating it.
Yep.
So it's been a sort of another moment of enlightenment. So we'll see what the fallout is. It's going to be an interesting week.
Is your partner there with you in Columbia?
He has a place across town from me, and yes, he's here. We've been separate all week practically, because he's had his places to take care of, and I've had my places to take care of.
Yeah.
So he almost spent the duration of the storm at the coast. He was planning on it until I talked him out of it last Tuesday night, and he came home. Turns out he would have been fine.
Oh, really?
Because they didn't get it. They got it, 100 miles north, and they got it bombarded, terribly. But you just don't know. So, I mean, my situation compounded by his, and then everybody else personally that's deciding whether or not to stay there or come in, and it's just sort of like everything else gets pushed to the side. So when I settle down, when I get completely free of this, I'll be able to refocus again. But I'm excited about getting back into the studio and just painting without requirement, just paint. And that will probably put me back in the track of thinking along the lines I need to go forward.
I like your happy place. I would like you to stay there too. I'm enjoying you there.
Well, I love being a part of this group, no matter whether I'm actively pursuing the Profit Canvas product or not. I really enjoy being part of this group.
I'm sure I will do. Thank you.
Oh, we have someone else.
Hi, Dee.
Hi.
Hey, Dee.
Hi.
I ran a little bit late. I was running back from going to the doctor, so I didn't get here back at 9. Sorry about that, you guys. Hi, it's so
We're happy to see you.
I feel like I've been in Never Land for a month.
We're happy you're here.
Yeah, me too.
So today we're just touching base. No specific subject.
Oh, okay.
Because it's been a while.
Okay. Okay, great.
Okay. So Marianne, is there anything else?
No, you'll be clued in when I'm clued in. I'll let you know.
Okay. All right. Okay. So Michelle.
Well, I gave you kind of a minute summary. Is that I'm not doing well with the affiliate due to my computer dying and this. And learning MailChimp, really learning it. So I'm frustrated right now, but I did sell a painting yesterday.
Yay!
And even though this whole course has been to direct me to not depend on the torpedo factory, still it's going to be a while before sales outside of the torpedo factory overtake, but I've been painting more, which is kind of good, and getting ready for the imminent or possible flood. I've been painting more because I can't hardly get to my desk. I should show you. See, I piled everything up on my deck.
Are you located near the river?
Right next to the river.
Oh.
To the torpedo. The river is the Potomac. In fact, I showed Shirley Ann on Friday but the Wi-Fi kept on going out as I got close to it. But yeah, we're right We're within 20 feet of the river.
When is it
Whoa.
supposed to rise?
Oh,
Pardon me?
When is it supposed to rise?
Well, either some Tuesday through Wednesday, probably. It's been rising every day. Last Monday, it came within 2 inches, and it had nothing to do with Florence. It came within 2 inches of crossing our threshold.
Mm-hmm.
But since that time, the Street of Alexandria has been flooding every day during high tide. Except yesterday, it wasn't nearly as bad because we haven't had rain. Now, the next 2 days, we are supposed to be inundated with rain. 3 days. And we don't know about the runoff because all of Florence's water is going to come down the Potomac.
oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
so we don't know. So I anticipate there's going to be flooding. We don't know to what degree, whether it'll cross our threshold or not. It did once when Hurricane Isabel, and they had to cut out all the sheetrock. You'll see, like, if you look down at the ground here, you know, where they have the change in the base is where they replaced what had been sheetrock with a metal flat, you know, base so that it wouldn't the drywall again. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. It's you know, I've got things elevated on concrete block.
Yeah.
Concrete block here, and but it is what it is. So, you know, just hopeful that I moved a lot of my art books up to a friend's studio on the 3rd floor, and
Well, that's a good idea.
yeah. And now I'm trying to decide whether or not to take, because you'll see that I had cleaned out, you know, my books, but now I'm kind of going on the ground on the first level, but now I think I'm going to have to do it on the second. So, oh well. But I don't have nearly as much to report as Marianne did.
Ha ha ha. I really hope that things don't turn bad on that. I know how stressful that can be.
Yeah.
Stressful. It's your, you know, it's your livelihood. And before it was only in the building for 4 hours, but during that 4 hours, it made such huge, you know, there were mold problems that lasted for months, and
Yeah.
And it'll ruin my flooring, but it is what it is. You know?
Well,
Oh goodness.
I have to say, just seeing all of your art around you is incredible. So much beauty and color around you. So it's good to.
It's fun to be here. All my subtle pieces are in a friend's studio who's a ceramic artist. She took all my subtle pieces. That's left here is rather bold, you know.
It's everything is just beautiful.
Thank you.
Lovely.
So that's it for me. I've got to stay in motion. But like Marianne, I don't want to feel all this guilt. And the only guilt I feel right now is because I promised Alexis and Megan and Laura that I would be an affiliate partner. And I really want my community to get this program. You know, I really do.
Yeah. I'm doing the very same thing. And though, you know, since July, this is probably, I'm still into the busiest part of my whole year, but I just felt like I, you know, needed to do it. And you know, when your passion is sharing and helping others, you can't, and you've had such success with a program like this, you just can't help but want to share it, you know, to others. But I feel like I'm a car salesman or something, you know, get over that mindset.
Yeah.
I don't want it to be that way.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you guys when I talk about my MailChimp experience. So.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
So, Michelle, is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
No, not this time.
All right.
Thank you.
Then, Dee, then it's your turn.
Oh, me? Oh, okay. Well, gosh, did everybody else go already?
I always like to go last.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed everybody. Are you recording this, Shirley?
Yes, I am.
Oh, good. So that I can go back and listen then to everybody else. So, because of the affiliate deal and because I haven't had time, well, not really that I haven't had time, I'm just not ready to launch my stuff. My email service provider has been strictly through my FOSO website, and it isn't what I want because I can't track who opens and how many clicks and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so I thought, okay, well, now that I'm affiliated and we have this email series that we can send out, I thought, well, that'll be a great kind of a trial run for me for mine. So I'm going to do it that way. So I went on and I imported all of my ideal mail list into from my FOSO website to the MailChimp, and I had like over, I don't know, probably about 400 emails, and out of it, it only took 18 and gave me this little notice that you have syntax errors. So I went and looked up syntax errors, and those could be a lot of things, I thought, oh my gosh, how do I find out which ones have syntax errors and what they are? And so anyway, I just decided, if that sometimes you feel like you have to spend money to make money. Yeah. And I've always learned that in business. Yeah. And I also always learned that my time is worth X amount of money. And I decided, you know what? I'm in my busiest time. I mean, I'm just running from one project to another. I just finished up with my grandkids and my son and daughter's wedding. And I just got home Saturday a week ago and trying to get things reorganized. I taught a workshop at the Nevada Museum Friday and Saturday. I did an art show up at Lake Tahoe yesterday. And now I'm leaving Thursday for the Women Artists of the West show in Oklahoma, and then going to my mom to get her to a doctor, back for 2 days, and then moving my son from Germany in Portland and getting settled. And in addition to that, I'm doing a seminar on social media at the deal this coming weekend. I'm doing live streaming for them, and I'm prepared. Anyway, it goes on and on and on. So I thought, okay, you know what? This is just ridiculous, me trying to work this out, because I'm not going to get it done. And so I went on Driver. No. I went on, not Driver. It's called Upwork.
Upwork, okay.
And I put the job out to them, and I got a quote from this guy. I talked to him on the phone as I was driving to my workshop early Friday morning. And anyway, so was impressed with him, what he told me, and we talked about what I wanted to do and what I want to do in the future. So basically, I just hired them to import my email list, get it all set up for me in MailChimp, and do my first 4, how many email series is in the
4.
affiliate? Is it 4? To do my first 4 email series. And so I thought, well, I'm spending money and I may not make any money, but at least they also, then you do, it's really interesting because they do a live screen calls with you and actually train you in the process of doing what they're doing for you.
Wow.
So that way and so just to give you an idea, if you're interested in this, I thought, this is just going to this will really be worth its weight in gold. But so what they do, they gather materials over a half an hour live screen share call. They're going to do my email list and get it into MailChimp, mapping fields to specs and best practices. They're going to assemble the emails that I'm going to send them, which is really easy because Alexis provides us with those emails, so that's pretty easy. And then they're going to do the MailChimp automation. They're going to send up to 6 emails, and the templates will be brand matched using a drag and drop editor. Configure the email sequences. I'm reading what he told me. Leave campaign in draft, pause mode till the call, and then have a half-hour live screenshot call to explain how that automation all works and activate it. And then from there, I will spend some time with him, and he will walk me through that whole process that he just did and train.
Mm-hmm.
And it was $275.
Oh,
And
that's nothing.
No.
Wow.
I know. So, I mean, as many hours, me trying to figure it all out, I figured that I would be wasting. I want to make myself really valuable. So let's see, $5,000, no, but a lot of time on my part that I don't have to do. So it wouldn't get done. And so I'm just that much further behind. So anyway, I just hired him. And then so tomorrow morning, we'll be doing our first, that live share call where I'll be importing everything that he needs to set it all up. So I'm real excited about that, because then that'll just give me a great way of, of learning it and learning it the right way without having to spend hours trying to figure it out. And then he went over this is what it's, their main business is, is working with people like me, small businesses, on doing stuff like this, and then setting up their lead magnets and their webinars, list building tactics and contests and cross promotions. And he told me that, he says, I can really work with you on MailChimp. And he says, you will grow your email list many times over and over just by this series that you're putting out. He says, you'll be amazed how many people come in, and then you just start then your email series for them to opt in, and go from there. So anyway, so I'm kind of excited about that and getting and just like Alexa says, get it done.
Is he in your local area, Dee? Are you going to?
Well, he's in he's down in Southern California, and I'm in Reno. So no, they do all of this online.
Fantastic.
That's how they operate, is all online. How
do you? Well, you said you have all of your email contacts on your website, so he has access to that.
No, what I did is I took it off of my email, off of my website, and I put it. I can import it into an Excel spreadsheet.
Right, right.
And then you save it as a CSV file.
I did that.
And I'll give it to, and then I'll give that to him. It didn't work, me importing it into MailChimp, because I came with all these syntax errors. But he says that is very, very common. And he told me that that's about a 5-minute fix.
Wow.
But he knows what he's doing. I don't, So, yeah.
Okay. You said that it went to that you put it into an Excel spreadsheet, and then what kind of file did you create after that?
It's called a common. See, what is it? I think it's called a CSV file.
Yeah.
CSV.
Yeah. So you can save it instead of saving it as an Excel file, you can save it as a CSV. And what that is a limited import something. I don't know exactly. Delimited import file or something like that. And so it sets it up. And basically what happens is they want it, MailChimp wants it in 3 columns: email, first name, and last name. So I had to go, once I imported into Excel, I had to go to those 3 columns, copy them, put them in a separate worksheet. And now I had it in the format that MailChimp wants. But evidently there's a lot of syntax errors. There's about, I don't know, gosh, I didn't even read past the 5th one. So that why you would have, if there's a space, if there's, an unwanted character, there's a lot of different reasons for it. Okay. But he says they have a software program that they put it into, And basically it cleans up all of those syntax errors with one swipe. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I'm excited, and I thought, doing the affiliate program, and I am in the honorable mention. I was in the top 10, but I dropped out of that. But another thing that I did with it too, and you know how Alexis really encourages to do personal phone calls or, and talking. Well, so I happen to be working with about 3 of the people that are on my opt-in list that are going to be at the show this next weekend, and we're doing a couple projects together. So when I called them up about the project, they're doing the free training, so they started asking me questions, and I think I really that really was she's so right in that, in talking, because I cleared up some misconceptions on their part with it and everything. So that really helped. And then I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take I have my private Facebook group for this, and I'm going to take that. So this morning I sent out some private messages on Facebook to about 3 or 4 of the people that I know would really benefit from this. I mean, they're prime candidates for it. And I constructed kind of a message, and I just copied it and pasted it in each one of them as a private message on Facebook. And I got 2 replies back. Oh, yes, I've been wanting to talk to you about that. I'm traveling. Let me call you tomorrow. So that really worked. So you just see how that works now. At least I did for my own launches, how important those personal contacts are. Oh.
Dee, how did you get the hyperlink to work? Because I haven't been able to get that hyperlink that she has click on to work, and it goes to your separate accounting. I don't know why.
You mean for your the link for your opt-in
emails? Yeah, for.
I just copied it. I just highlighted it, did a copy, and then I keep it on my computer or my iPad. I use notes a lot on my iPhone and my iPad. So I just put it in my notes, and then that way, when I need it, I can just go back and copy and then paste it into wherever I'm promoting it.
I don't know how to do that. So.
Well, basically, you just go to your hyperlink that she sent you, and then just take your mouse, click on it, hold your mouse down, and just drag it until it highlights the whole link.
Oh, okay.
Then release, and it'll come up with a pop-out. What do you want to do with this? And you just copy it. You say copy.
Your address. I mean, your
link. You just choose copy. And then when you go to somewhere, wherever you want to paste it, you just right click on wherever you want to paste it. It'll come up with a little pop-up, and it'll tell you, and it'll give you the option to paste it, and you paste it, and it comes in.
And you can do that both in Word and on
you can do it in almost anything.
I see. I am so technically challenged.
So, in fact, I was just showing my husband this yesterday, because he, emails about all he does on a computer, but how to copy and paste. And so it's really easy to do. Once you see it, you'll say, oh my gosh, that's so simple, but you just, like I said, you just take your mouse, click on what you want to copy, and it'll come up and drag it on whatever it is you want to copy, and then let go, and it'll come up, like I said, with a little thing up above it. You want to cut, copy, or what, and you just choose copy, and now you've got it. And basically, like mine this morning when I sent those messages, because I had it in that copy mode, it doesn't go away until you copy and paste something else.
Until you paste, yeah.
So once you have, if you have it there, you can just do it over and over and over again until you go and copy something else. Then you've lost it. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Try it and see if it works. Let me know. If it doesn't, let me know, and
Okay.
I'll go live with you and just kind of show you on the screen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The other thing that you can do too is click on it yourself, your link, and it'll take you to that page. And then just go up in the browser where it's in the window where it's that, and you can copy that too.
That ad. Okay. Yeah.
You can copy that also and then paste it wherever you want to.
Good.
Yeah. So anyway, things are moving around here. I'm glad I don't have to get prepared for a flood. I don't know what I'd do. I think I'd just throw up my hands and go to Hawaii for the day. And Shirley Ann, I wanted to tell you that I missed not stopping by and visiting with you because actually I didn't drive up. I flew back up.
Oh,
just to save myself time. So I'll do it next time.
Yeah, just listening to all the things you have going on. I'm glad you did.
But that's me. My husband, he gets so mad at me. He says, do you ever think about how much you put on your calendar? I mean, I just love doing all of this stuff. So, oh well.
So
I would be happy in either way.
Yeah, one of my accountability partners is a lot like you, Dee. She's got so much going on in the, that she misses every other call because.
Yeah, I know. That's why. Well, I haven't been around, and of course that was mainly because of the kids, the grandkids, the wedding, and all that stuff. So, but as soon as I get back the first week of October, I'm basically not scheduling a whole lot of stuff because I want to get my workshops all videoed. My son and I worked on them a little bit while he was with me. And so, and then I did video my workshop Friday and Saturday, but, I just let it run. So I haven't looked at it to see what it looks like. So I'm not sure if it's going to, be anything good or not, but it was fun.
That's good. Yeah.
So that's all I have.
Okay. Well, we're happy you're making progress, and the idea of hiring someone to take care of these things is very, 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 very appealing.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and I've been I'm one of those people, I can do it. I can do it. I know this. I can do this. In fact, my mom always has this story. When I was a little bitty girl, I wanted to walk down to my grandma's house, and she said, "No, you can't walk down by yourself." And she said, I put my hands on my hips and says, "Yes, I can, and I can do it all by myself." And that is exactly who I am, and I've got to learn that better to hire somebody, learn from them, and move on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we're inspired.
Oh, good.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. If you want any more information on them or anything, I haven't, to be honest, that was really, I can't remember who recommended Upwork.
Alexis.
Did
she? Okay. Well, maybe that's where I got it from. And so, but they were, and I got a lot of responses. But this is more like a whole group of people, versus just one person. And so they have, so they've kind of narrowed their business in now where they specialize more in just certain stuff. Basically exactly what I've asked them to do. But they have subcontractors out there that, like, if I want to do something more that they don't do, they will give me that referral out to a person that is the expert in doing that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of nice too. So it's a good resource.
Shirley Ann, what about you?
Oh, me.
Yeah.
I think I've gone off in a completely different tangent, which is good because it's still leading me back to everything. I'll just tell you about it. So a couple of weeks ago, I was feeling very frustrated with all the things we just discussed. The marketing, I haven't been painting, I haven't been inspired. It's all feeling really hard and almost impossible, and I don't know, but I kind of attribute all of that to masculine stuff, and I'm always looking for more feminine ways too, because I feel I'm more aligned with these things. But in times like this, I also don't know what to do, you know. So I was feeling very confused and just uninspired. So I googled how would Aphrodite do business, and I wasn't expecting to find anything serious. But it was just out of sheer frustration. So I googled it, and I found an article, and it was written by a coach whose client had the Aphrodite archetype, and she has a spa, and it's beautiful, and oh my god, I just I just found myself lost in this world. So I did some more digging, and this coach, her name is Chris. She actually has a PhD in mythology.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes. So I just got lost in her world. She has a book, which I got on Amazon for nothing. And the more I was reading, the more I just felt like, you know, I felt like I feel like my well has been dry.
Mm.
And the more I could read, I just felt like, oh, somebody understands this madness going on in my head. And I just kept on feeling replenished and more replenished. And so I have a love-hate relationship with coaching, and it's been more hate lately than love. Because I've taken all these programs, and I've actually trained to be a coach myself, and I've taken all these programs, and I would come to the end of the program feeling worse than I did at the beginning. I would feel like I wasted money, and you know so I have all these things going on. So looking for a coach, like, it was the last thing on my mind. But then I was tempted, and I went in to look, and it was going to cost me only $27 a month to join a community. So I was like, that's the price of a book. So I did, and oh my goodness, it's like I'm home. I found my place. I'm home. And just to give you an example, we had a virtual writing retreat on Saturday.
Oh.
Write naked. So, she gave us instructions, all the things I love: get the roses, get the candles, either appear naked or wear, your beautiful nightgown, sequester yourself for 4 hours. I had to actually lock myself up in my studio because that was the only place I could, but I created my little sanctuary. I got my roses and my music, and it's what I've been longing for.
That's great.
Yeah, so it was just four of us, and it was a 4-hour-long retreat. And we began with meditation and visualization, and we had to summon the muse. I say I'm the muse, but I had to summon another muse to get my creativity flowing. And I came to the retreat thinking I was going to write about one thing. I ended up writing about something completely different.
Oh, wow.
These surprises, and I know I've been looking for something like this, but I didn't know where to find it. You know, I'm feeling so hopeful and so replenished and so optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
And I know that I've been looking for this foundation, and I know that when my foundation is strong, all this other stuff will take off. You know, I haven't had it. As you know, we've been on the calls together. I've been searching. So I'm just feeling very happy and optimistic.
I'm so
And
happy for you.
thank you.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm tempted to revisit coaching, but I won't. I know I won't. But the reason why I'm tempted is I finally had an experience which didn't make me feel like I wasn't working hard enough. I wasn't showing up enough. I wasn't doing all those things enough. You know, I finally had an experience where I felt supported and I felt nurtured. And it showed me that, oh, this is what I want to do. This is what I do, really.
It is what you do.
Thank you. So I'm just feeling so optimistic and
That's lovely.
Great.
That's great.
thank you.
Can I go there too?
Oh,
I want to go.
of course, you're invited. And another thing I will say, you know how, you know, online it's all about numbers. It's numbers. It's numbers. You know, and I remember when I joined and I went into the Facebook group, there were only 17 women. And that alone made me happy. You know,
That's good.
it felt intimate and it didn't feel like, you know, again, I don't want to pursue coaching, but what I saw being demonstrated to me felt possible. Because when we're being, you know, yes, we all want to make money, don't get me wrong. But when you see these numbers, sign up 1,000 people, and it's I don't think it's a one size fits all thing.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. That's for sure.
Yes, and so what this experience is teaching me is there's a way for all of us. You know, and to be able to find role models and mentors who can show us which path is ours. You know, that has just been. And so one last thing I'll share, which was, like I said, was a surprise, but you'll see why I'm sharing it is because in my writing on Saturday, like I said, I was writing about things I thought this was supposed to be a business, you know, a sexy business, you know, but I had a woman I was writing about, you know, I love Paris. Paris is my happy place. So I was writing about myself in Paris and all the things I was doing and dancing and the roses and the couture and everything. And as I was writing, there was a part in my writing where someone came up to me. The person said she wanted to be just like me.
Oh, that's neat.
That just came from nowhere. But when we discussed it during our check-in, it validated. It wasn't like I was looking for validation. It affirmed this desire I have to be an influencer and to show more of myself online. Like it's just all these magical pieces falling into place. And the final surprise, which I will ask you for some advice. I realized I'm tired of being alone, and so I want to go back to school. I have 6 more classes to finish a master's in fashion merchandising, and I don't want to finish it. I don't want to do it. I'm feeling so disconnected from that world right now, and my husband thinks I'm insane. But I'm feeling drawn to get a master's in either fine art or creative writing or something. just so that I can be a part of something. I'm tired of being alone at home. I'm thinking about a future where, yes, I have my art and I have my business, but I get to be a part of an intellectual community. I get to go somewhere every day and just contribute in a way that feels aligned. So these are all little surprises that came up during the retreat, and I'm definitely going to pursue them. So yes, this is where I am.
I think that's great. It sounds kind of familiar. We put ourselves into these organized things that put out in front of us a vision of what we're supposed to walk toward, how it's supposed to look for us, what we're supposed to want. And it doesn't mean it always fits. Like you're saying, one size does not fit all. And sometimes it's the small stuff. If you're receptive, the small stuff will lead you in the direction you're supposed to go. I'm trying not to thwart myself because I'm a little bit uncomfortable with some of the things I've been requested to do, because I know that some of those skill sets, the computer skill sets, are going to be useful no matter what direction I choose to take it in. That ability to communicate with people, you have to step into the future at some point. So, I know I will not walk away from that information. And I'm very glad to hear, Dee, about your experience with Upwork. Now that not just hearing about it from Alexis, but hearing about someone who's actually starting to work with them. Thank you, because that's probably an answer for me too. That will help me get my foot in a door that I would drag and drag and drag out. So Shirley Ann, I sure do relate, because these answers come from unexpected sources sometimes, and it doesn't look like everybody else's. We are each unique in what we're supposed to do, and I'm excited for everybody here. I'm excited for myself, because I know that the picture is forming. We don't have to know what the end result looks like right now, but the picture is definitely forming for all of us.
Absolutely.
So, do we want to focus on anything specific moving forward, like on the call or something?
Yeah, remind me, Shirley, what was the last thing that we kind of covered?
The last thing was I think we did went a little deeper into our ideal client.
Oh, okay.
We talked about how we would like our ideal clients to find us or experience us the first time encountering us online.
Yeah.
That led us to, that was the last thing. The one before that was discussing our lead magnet. It's the same thing. How do we want our ideal clients to encounter us the first time online? So, yeah, I think that.
Michelle, is there anyone else that's doing the affiliate partner deal with Alexis?
No.
Oh, okay. Michelle, I don't know about you, but I'm finding that this is helping me put in place what Alexis has been teaching us in the course, almost more than anything else. And so it might be kind of fun to, share some of that with everybody. What do you think, Michelle? Did we lose her?
I'm sorry, I missed all of that because my neighbor started drilling.
Oh, I was just saying that, being part of the affiliate partners, I'm finding that this is, watching her do the promotion for her course is really kind of setting up even more of a foundation for me to do what I'm going to do by watching her and being part of that process. And do you find that to be true, Michelle, with you?
I do, completely true.
So it might be kind of fun for us to share some of that you know, with everybody.
That's a great idea because, and I had subscribed to Kelly Folsom. Did you guys do that? Because I see how disciplined she is about it.
Say that again, Michelle.
Pardon me?
Say that again.
I subscribed to Kelly Folsom's email list,
yes.
so
yes.
I see how she is doing it too.
Yeah, and I've been watching her during Alexis's, you know, course too, and yeah, she's a real inspiration. She's so busy that you can't, you know, I mean, I know her personally. In fact, she was going to be my roommate at the show this weekend, but she had to cancel for something else, unfortunately, because I was hoping to really pick her brain during this time. but she, you know, I think she's so busy. I hate to bother her with a lot of questions sometimes. So, but yeah, following her has helped a lot too. Yeah. Gives me, you know, I don't mind, you know, how Alexis always she tells you to have a swipe file, which means taking other people's ideas. I've done that for years. I've always printed off paintings for ideas, you know, and I probably have thousands of them. But I'm doing that through this course. As I'm looking at other people, I'm printing off stuff that they're posting and stuff, just to it gets me going in writing something or putting it together. It kind of gives me that inspiration. I'm doing this other one I think I told you about, Vanessa Horn. And today we're supposed to submit our signature showcase script, which is basically showing your logo or something like that, doing and a photo, and then start writing an introduction of yourself, like you know, what is the name of your signature program, and what did you struggle with before you started this course, and being in there, what do you feel good and most proud about, the reason you're creating your signature program, which mine is going to be my online workshops, and how I can serve others through that and help them. And then I do have a testimonial of one of my workshop clients putting that. So I'm putting all that together.
Good.
So I collected some things that like Kelly wrote and things, you know, to kind of inspire me. And once I get going, I can really create stuff like that. But it's getting going that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So.
I also subscribed to Kelly's, and I was very inspired by, I felt a sense of generosity, even though
Absolutely.
Digital prints, there was a feeling of generosity. And I really enjoyed the experience of becoming part of her community. And I'm very inspired by the way she boldly, she'll post the art, post the price, and like it's a daily thing. And that's also very inspiring.
Yeah. Well, I think, you know, us artists think that, you know, revenue is a dirty word. Creative people just think revenue is a dirty word. And I love Kelly in the aspect she doesn't skirt over it, you know. She just out there talks about it, and even shared with her, you know, her $17,000 month that she had. And to me that's just, you know, less like, you know, I need to learn to do that more and not feel like a car salesman in the process.
She's been very inspiring.
She really has. Yeah.
Our accountability, one of my accountability members, I asked her to subscribe to Kelly's newsletter, just to experience her. And I don't know if you've read the one where this was after she came back from Paris, and she was talking about creativity and challenging us as artists to so just as we discussed, not toe the line and just do what everyone was doing. And, you know, it was so inspiring. And we actually finished our conversation with the 3 questions she posed in her newsletter. So I just love, she's really demonstrating how we can take this content, this material, and make it our own. and make it inspiring.
Mhm.
There's a wonderful podcast. I don't know whether you folks listen to it, called The Savvy Painter. Have you heard of that one?
I'm
And
sorry,
Yeah.
The Savvy,
Michelle.
The Savvy Painter.
Oh yes, yeah, I
And
have
there
heard.
was one that was, I've forgotten the woman that she talks to, but the woman acts as an agent for her husband. And there was something about the value of an artist's time, the value of their expression, their value of their contribution. That was just so, I wanted to tape it and give it to all my friends who ask for paintings.
Yeah.
Of course.
Where did you
And
see that, Michelle?
pardon me?
Where did you see that on her? Did she
Her
have
podcast.
it
On her
or
podcast,
website?
I listened to it. I subscribe to it. The Savvy
Oh,
Painter, you can do
yeah.
it, you know, through Apple, you know, through an app, or you can do it online. And so I subscribed to her podcast, and I listen to it occasionally. And there was one particular episode that I wished I had all of what she had said written down, so I could give it to all my friends and family and say, okay, guys, this is the value of my time. Because so many people say, you know, I've been making these necklaces for people, and I had given a friend a gift. And she goes, oh, you know what I really want is one of those necklaces you made. You kind of go, okay. Frenemy. Not really. But anyway, yeah, I don't know when he's going to start drilling again, so I might need to sign off. But but it was great to be with all of you again.
Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
great.
Best wishes for the coming few days.
Oh, thank you, and to you as well. Continued best wishes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will keep you in my prayers for sure. I have another high school girlfriend that has a home in Charleston, South Carolina, and I just touched base with this morning, and I think it kind of, you know, skirted past there. She said just lots of rain, but no damage. But she didn't evacuate like they recommended because she was a contractor in her business. She built custom homes, and she built her 8-foot walls to actually because of hurricane weather. So
Yeah.
I feel real safe. Hard. So let us know. We'll
I sure will. This is the factory.
Oh,
Oh wow.
Oh,
huge.
oh wow. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's the building, huh?
This is the building, and I should show you. Let me see if I can just go on somebody's deck for a minute. I'll lock up so I can show you
all of
close
those
the river.
All of those are like studios.
Yeah, there are 82 studios in the building, 150 artists, and 150 artists, and we have another 150 affiliate members or associate members. And there's a school here that I'm newly on the faculty of called the Art League. And let me just see if I can show you guys how close we are to the river, because I'm going into my neighbor's. Lori, can I show?
The torpedo factory is famous. I can remember hearing about it back in the 80s when I was in college.
Really? That's great.
Yeah.
Everybody's deck is filled with stuff because we're getting ready. You know, let me ask Peg. Peg, can I show my Profit Canvas colleagues the river? Yeah. We aren't there yet, but she's going to warn me. Here it is, guys.
Oh.
See this dock right here, this middle dock?
Yeah.
You can still see.
It's not high. It's not going to be high tide until about 4 this
When
afternoon.
it gets up to the level of that dock, then the garage will be flooded.
Yeah.
That's how it's been in the past.
Yeah. So we're right here. We're right on the river.
So are you on the lower level, Michelle?
I'm on the ground level. Yes.
Yeah.
See, but most of us have these desks. As I'm up on Peg's deck right now.
Around 4 o'clock is high tide.
I think 4 o'clock's high tide, between 3:30 and 4. So we still have a little ways to go before high tide today.
Michelle, kind of just a side note, did you find having a studio away from your home was better?
Yes, definitely.
Uh-huh.
You treat it more as a profession. At home, there are too many things to distract me.
Exactly.
As well as my dog being distracted. Yeah, so we'll see.
Yeah.
You know.
By the way, I'm at home. I got to go change my laundry. So no, I'm just joking.
Yeah. So that's what I do. Or wash the dishes, or run to the grocery store.
Yeah.
Bake bread.
Hey, Shirley Ann, I have my our support group in Alexis's deal, and there's 3 of us. We lost our one, and so Wendy Bashu, or Biachu or something like that. I can't pronounce her last name, but it's just her and I now. And so we emailed about do we still want to have our support calls every week? And I was kind of thinking about when I talk to her tomorrow, would you mind if I personally invited her to join us?
Oh, of course.
Okay, alrighty. Because I think we would get more this group than just her and I talking, together. Okay, great, thanks.
Yeah. I also did that because there were only 2 people in my accountability group, and the young lady is lovely, but she has a very busy life having a business and children, so she can't make it. But I think she may look occasionally at the videos.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Right. So all you have to do is to, I don't have to friend her or anything, so just invite her to the group.
Yeah, I will. She can just go on and join, and you'll.
Well, you need to invite her.
Oh, I need to invite her. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, no problem.
And
Yeah,
yes, I'm glad you brought that up. I realized I committed to something in my son's school. I forgot, and it's on Fridays.
Yeah.
So, I'm more concerned with you in Europe, Beata, because can we move this an hour forward, please?
To 1 o'clock? Or that's my time.
No, that's okay. No problem. Yeah, that's okay for me.
Okay,
you mean
no problem.
On Mondays or on Friday?
On Fridays, just on Fridays.
Oh, just on Fridays.
Well,
would it be better if we just did Mondays for a while, just to see or does everybody like having 2 days a week?
I was toying with thinking about that suggestion myself, but I wondered if it'd be better once a week. But I'm getting to where I'm really enjoying seeing you.
Yeah, I do too.
So even for short calls, so that at least if you have to miss one call, you aren't going 2 weeks without talking.
Right. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's a good point. Good point.
And another thing, I could also set up the broadcast and then join in towards the end. Yeah. I could too.
Yeah.
Okay. So
we
you're 1 hour later, which surely you're in my time. It's 9, be 10 o'clock on Friday morning.
Yes, but if the time is going to be a problem, we can keep the time.
It's not a problem for me. The only ones I worry about are those of you in Europe.
Europe.
No, that's no problem.
That's
still good. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll check in with Allison.
Yeah.
And Camilla.
Yeah.
And would you confirm it on Facebook with us then?
Yes, I will.
Okay, great.
I'll actually create the post and then based on the responses.
Okay, great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so last week I actually proposed we discuss our websites. Is that something you'd like to discuss?
Not right now.
I'm sorry, Shirley Ann. You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
I said last week when we were all absent, I was going to propose that we talk about our websites.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because we had just talked about our ideal client experience, like finding us through an ad or on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. So Camilla posted this really
My
important
bows are starting.
website. I think a couple of you saw it.
My
And there was a conversation going on about websites. So I thought we could, I don't think all of us have yet, but I think it would be a good discussion just to, and again, if it's something you want to do. Or
Okay.
did we talk about something else?
Well, I think it'd be good at some point to discuss that,
Sure.
where each of us are with it.
Okay. So maybe something in the near future and prepare for it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I'll post it. I'll post it in the group and then.
Okay.
But please let's know if you have any pressing issues, something you would like us to discuss.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Well, have
a good week and good luck, Michelle. We'll be thinking
Thank
about
you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Good
to all of
luck.
you.
Hopefully the hike is nothing. It'll be a lot less.
Yes.
Yeah. Also.
All right.
Okay.
Have a wonderful week, everyone.
All
Thank
right.
you. You too.
Bye, you guys.
Have a nice day. Bye.
Bye.